Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Okay, so for the class today, I'm just gonna make some exercises with all of you. But before that, let's take a look into a few example. Okay, before you can complete the exercises that I will give you later. Okay, so what I want to cover today is first. First, we want to learn how to identify problem statement. Okay. Secondly, how to identify the research question. Okay. Number 3, how to identify the research objective. And number 4, how to develop the research hypothesis. Okay, basically we will cover these 4 things lah and another things. Okay, so let's take a look into first example. Okay, example number 1. The existence of COVID-19 has affected many sectors. The education sector is no exception, with a rapid transition of learning been facing by the higher education field recently. Teaching and learning methods have changed from traditional learning to online distant learning. Therefore, okay, I want to highlight the words therefore here. Okay, therefore, it has caused the lecturers and students encounter barriers that affect the overall quality of distant learning. Okay. Thus, a group of researchers from the Department of Education is interested in studying the level of lecturers and student readiness, instructional design and delivery, and student assessment while conducting online distant learning. A set of questionnaire that consists of 26 questions will be randomly distributed to all lecturers and undergraduate students in all public universities in Malaysia. The research findings are expected to help students and lecturers to adapt to a new norm of teaching and learning, and soon will lead to the higher quality of a distance education. Okay, so let's take a look into the question below. A. Discover the problem statement for the above study. Okay, problem statement. B. Construct 2 research questions based on your answer in A. Construct 2 research objectives based on your answer in A. Recommend 2 research hypotheses related to the answer in C for this study. Okay, so how we want to answer all these questions. Okay, first, we want to identify what are the problem statement for the above study. Okay, let's take a look at this sentence first here. Okay, before ayat therefore. Okay, so what are the problem for this statement? Okay. Okay, look at the first statement. The existence of COVID-19 has affected many sectors. The education sector is no exception, with a rapid transition of learning facing by the higher education field recently. Teaching and learning methods have changed from traditional learning to online distant. Therefore, it has caused the lecturers and students encounter barriers that affect the overall quality of the distance learning. Okay, so apa yang dia emphasize kat sini? Look at the words therefore. So actually, this is one way how we identify the problem statement. Okay, dia ada ayat yang dia emphasizekan kat situ. So dekat contoh ni, apa yang dia emphasize kat sini adalah therefore, okay, it has caused the lecturer and student encounter barriers that affect the overall quality of distance learning. So actually, this is our answer for question A. Okay, this is our problem statement. Biasa ayat apa yang diguna? Therefore, hence. So, this study is conducted to question B. Construct two research question based on your answer in A. Okay, so how we construct the research question? Okay, so actually there are no specific answer. Okay, you can generate the logic, okay, based on your logic. Okay, so the research question, so kalau research question dia mestilah soalan lah. Okay, so apa yang kita nak tengok kat sini? They are interested to study on, okay, interested in studying the level of lecturers and student readiness, instructional design and delivery, and student assessment while conducting ODL. Okay, so we can develop the research question here. For example, what is the level of readiness among lecturer and student, okay, towards the ODL. Okay, first. Second, how the instructional design and delivery. Okay, so we can, tu yang penting tu apa, how, what, when, who kan. Okay, so number 2 yang appropriate here that I can say is how the instructional design and delivery been formulated during ODL. Okay, full stop. Sebab tadi kita dah identify problem kita adalah cause the lecturer and student encounter barriers that affect the overall quality of distant learning. Okay. So the suitable research question, what is the level of readiness amongst lecturers and students towards ODL, and how the instructional design and delivery been formulating during ODL. Okay, question C. Construct two research objective based on your answer in A. Okay, kalau tadi research question dia mestilah soalan. Okay, sorry, I tertinggal tanda soalan. Okay, dia mesti ada, dia soalan kan. Okay, so C, construct the two research objective based on your answer in A. Okay, so the relevant research objective based on my answer in A is first, okay, tadi kita nak kata what is the level of readiness among lecturer and student to ODL, right? So the appropriate of the suitable research objective we can write as, okay, first, to investigate the level of lecturers and student readiness, to investigate the level of lecturers and student readiness. Okay, number 2, Okay, since kita akan refer research question kedua lah, how the instructional design and delivery been formulating during ODL. Okay, how? Okay, kalau question dia how, ingat kalau research objective, ayat dia mesti to apa, okay? To identify, to construct, to formulate. Tu ayat dia. Okay, so number 2, how the instructional design and delivery have been formulating. So the suitable research objective is to formulate. Ulanglah balik ayat dia. To formulate the instructional design. And delivery during ODL. Okay, so kita boleh tambah satu lagi research objective, number 3. Saya continue kat bawah lah. Number 3, research objective. Okay, since kita ada satu lagi kat sini. Tadi kita nak tengok lecture and student readiness, and then how instructional design and delivery affect the ODL. Satu lagi, the student assessment will conducting online and distance learning. Okay, so apa yang kita boleh develop kat situ? Dia punya research objective to test the student assessment while conducting online distance learning ataupun student performance lah. Okay, to test student performance. After the ODM. Okay. Now let's look at question D. Recommend the 2 research hypotheses related to the answer in C for this study. Okay. Again, saya nak highlight kat sini. Kalau a question, dia misalnya soalan kan, dia menggunakan what, how, when, okay, who, okay. Untuk research objective, keyword dia adalah to. To apa? To investigate, to formulate, to test, okay, ataupun to develop or to ensure, yang menunjukkan kita that referring to our objective lah. Mesti bermula dengan to. Okay, dear research hypothesis. So how to develop the research hypothesis based on your research objective. Okay. Okay, yang paling senang kat sini, kita boleh tengok objektif yang ketiga dia, to tell the student performance after the ODL session. Okay, biasanya kalau research hypothesis, kalau if you still remember when you study STA 210 under topic hypothesis testing, we have H0 and H1, right? Okay, so kita ada null hypothesis and the alternative hypothesis. So kalau masih ingat lagi, null hypothesis awak, ayat dia mesti referring to no, mesti ada words no different. Okay, kalau H1, there is different between male student and female student, for example lah. Okay, H0, no different, dia mesti kita fokus, dia tak ada beza lah. Okay, contoh kalau kita nak study before and after you attending certain training ke, katakan. Okay, so for this case, research hypothesis that we can develop based on the research objective. Okay, contohnya saya bagi, there is no significant difference in student performance before and after ODL. Kita tengok objektif yang ketiga tu kan, to test the student performance after the ODL learning. So kita nak tengok ada beza tak before the result before we apply online distance learning and after we apply the online distance learning. So what can we do is we can say that H0 there is no significant difference in student performance after, sorry, before and after ODL. So H1 kita, kalau H0 kita no, there is no kan, ada no significant difference. So untuk H1 dia adalah there is significant difference lah. There is significant, benda yang sama, cuma beza ayat sahaja. In apa, okay. So saya highlight kat sini, H0 no significant difference, H1 there is significant difference. Okay. Okay, let's take a look into the question or example 2. The manager of Mohfast Digital, a renowned handphone sales and repair center, is worried about poor market retention of its center nationwide. The annual turnover and profit are decreasing rapidly for the past few years, and the company will be running at a loss if nothing is done to rectify the situation. The center are only popular among the middle-aged group of customers. Based on the previous research, it was found that the main determinant for market retention are customers' loyalty and customers' positive attitude toward the service offered by the company. The management of Mohfast Digital want to carry out research to determine the factor that contribute to market retention. A random sample of 400 customers will be selected to participate in this study. Okay, so question A, they ask you state the problem statement based on the statement given lah. Okay, so kat mana kita boleh identify kita punya problem kat sini? Apa problem dia? They worry about the poor market retention of its center nationwide, satu. And then another problem, annual turnover and profit are decreasing rapidly for the past few years. Itu masalah lah tu. Okay. And then the company will running at a loss if nothing is done to rectify the situation. Okay. And then another problem here, the center are only popular among the middle-aged group of customer only. So dia punya customer are not variety lah, only popular among the middle-aged group of customer sahaja. Okay, so we can say that yang saya highlightkan ni, these are our problem statement. Okay, so you can write there lah. Tengoklah kalau markah dia banyak, letaklah lebih dia punya problem statement. Okay, question B, state to research objective. Okay, research objective biasanya dia ada dekat dalam ni juga. Okay, so cuba awak tengok dekat this statement. To determine the factor that contribute to market retention. So ni objektif saya nampak lah mula-mula. Okay, to determine the factor that contribute to the market retention. So this is our RO, research objective. Okay, first research objective. Okay, ni RO yang pertama lah. RO yang kedua, okay, apa yang kita boleh okay, look at here. Ingat ya, dia kata based on previous research, it was found that the main determinant for market retention are customer loyalty and customer positive attitude toward the service offered by. So what can we identify here? Awak boleh nampak dah dia punya variable kat sini. Okay, satu kita ada customer loyalty, customer positive attitude towards the service offered by the company. Okay, ataupun tadi, kalau tadi awak perasan dia kata dia nak determinant for market retention kan. Okay, so this is also our variable. Tapi 1 dan 2 tu adalah, this was our independent variable and this was our dependent variable. Okay, so tadi problem statement first, research objective first kita dah identify. So what are the another research objective that we can find here? Okay, so another possible or suitable objective here is to study the customer loyalty toward market retention. Okay, another research objective to study the CPA, customer positive attitude toward market retention. So dah ada 3 lah research objective kita boleh identify kat sini. Satu tadi yang warna kuning ni, to determine factor that contribute to market retention. Ni nombor 2 lah sebenarnya, nombor 2, nombor 3. To study the customer loyalty toward market retention, to study the CPA toward market retention. Okay, C. State the 2 research question. So research question must relate your research objective. Okay, so kalau research question awak kena construct soalan lah daripada objektif tu. Okay, apa soalan yang kita boleh develop daripada objektif kita? Okay, saya ambil contoh satu research objektif dia, does customer loyalty related to market retention? Yang kedua, does customer positive attitude related to market retention? Okay, kalau awak nak buat objektif untuk this one, kita boleh kata what are the factor that contribute to market retention? Okay, boleh juga. Okay, now we want to develop the research hypothesis. Okay, research hypothesis, ingat lagi tak? Awak belajar STA 210 tajuk hypothesis testing. So kita ada null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis. So mesti ada H0 and H1. Okay, so how to develop the research hypothesis based on the research question yang awak dah buat dekat C tadi. Okay, so tadi kita buat soalan, does customer loyalty related to market retention? So dia punya hypothesis kat sini kita boleh develop adalah H0 kita, customer loyalty does not related to market retention. Okay, ingat H0 dia mesti ada perkataan not tu. So H1 dia customer loyalty related to market retention. Okay, ini dia tak ada perkataan not. Kalau H0 null hypothesis mesti ada word not tu. Male and performance of male student are not equals to performance of female student. And then H1 dia, performance of male student are equivalent to performance of female student, ataupun male student perform well rather than female student. Okay, tapi yang H0 dia mesti word not tu. Okay, another research hypothesis yang kita boleh develop based on second research question kat atas tu. H0 kita CPA, customer positive attitude does not related to market retention. Okay, so H1 dia adalah customer positive attitude related to market retention. Okay, E, dependent and independent variable. So tadi kita dah identify kan kita punya DV kita adalah market retention, and independent variable kita adalah customer loyalty and customer positive attitude. Okay, identify the population and sample. Okay, so can you identify that? So dia punya population dia adalah all customer of Mohfaz Digital. Okay, saya ingat population mesti ada keyword all tu ya. Okay, and then the sample is only 400 customer. Okay, so determine the suitable sampling method to select the sample. Okay, since dia tak ada bagi tahu apa-apa pun kat sini, tak ada group customer dia ke tak ada kan. So the suitable sampling method that can be used here is simple random sampling. Paling sesuai lah. Kalau nak guna systematic pun boleh, tak ada masalah. Systematics sebab you ada a list of customer, right? So you can choose your sample based on the systematic sampling or simple random sampling pun boleh.